You know, it's almost like your birthday with a package from China, so let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to take a close look at the Street of Rage 2, the Hack Edition. I have been waiting for this cartridge for a freaking very long time. And this is an Avenger. Man, I had so much trouble getting this thing here. But I'm going to tell you a little bit later in this video what I mean. So first of all, this is the Hack Edition, so this means not with the previous games that we have unlimited lives or we have new characters. No, this is more like a hack version where we can play with every single character in the game, including the final bosses like Mr. X. Pretty cool, and I was very hyped to see this thing and I wanted to play it and make a review for you guys. So, but the label itself, it's just decent quality. It depends where you buy it. With this seller I got myself the more expensive version with the better shell. It maybe costs $1 more, but with the cheap shells you don't want to have it, especially if you want to have this thing for more like a collectible reason. Nevertheless, let's take a close look at the game and let's go. So the Street of Rage 2 hack is basically a game where we unlock all of the characters, but there's only one thing that is strange and I don't get it why they chose for this ROM file. Because if you look at the first characters, we can play with the original characters. They swapped out with Dalcium and some other ones. And we're also having two different versions when it comes to Shiva. Very strange option, in my opinion. Okay, so the first guy we're going to play with is Jack, the knife guy. So we can do the laughing, taunting move, but what we can do is get ourselves infinite knives, stab those guys, throw it, but you can jump, and we are very limited to the things you can do with this guy. Shiva fan, I needed to try the last Shiva you saw. Not the first one from the first row. No, this is the original Shiva that you face with you're having the final battle with Mr. X. So the moveset of this character is very extended, but you can pick up weapons. It's not a big of a deal because he's fast, he's powerful, and it's a lot of fun to play with Shiva as a playable character. I wish they did this with the original game back in the day. That would be so epic. So next up, let's do something pretty wicked. Let's try the robot. Yeah, the kangaroo jumping freaking annoying robot. So what you're going to get with this guy is very simple. You have the punch, or basically you punch like every character, only you have quite some reach. Then we're having the second option where we can swing the Morning Star on our body. That is also very cool, as you can see over here, and it's very effective because that's the only thing that you can do. Protect yourself from all those guys. And the other thing is shoot the laser from the eye. So that's it, and that's the only thing you can do. So let's play as the most annoying boss of all time, the jet guy. Okay, so this guy is completely different to play with. So when you're pushing the button to kick somebody's ass, you're just going to do flying towards them. That's the only thing that you're going to do. You can fly up a little bit higher and you can basically dive from the sky up to the enemies like in the boss battles. And another move is grab the guy and smash him on the ground. But I can tell you that is quite interesting playing with this guy because you have only a moveset of 3 and as you can see I'm going to get my ass kicked. What is even more wicked to do in a game? Being a wrestler on the beach fighting ninjas. That is what freaking awesome. So this boss battle, oh, I can remember it. He has this move that he's making the screaming sound and bash his way, just basically counter every attack. But playing with this guy is pretty funny, because this move I can finally do it myself. As you can see, we can just basically more stab him, we can run towards the enemy, bash him, and of course we can grab him with some counter wrestling moves. Quite interesting and very fun to play with this guy. So next up we're having Zamza. It's the enemy that was also quite annoying with the rolling attack. But playing with it is even more challenging, because you have only a couple of movesets again to use. You have the rolling move, you can run, and that is very convenient. I feel like Wolverine, by the way. And playing like this is just a lot of fun, and you get a lot of speed with this character. But again, you're open for a lot of attacks, with including the normal dash move, and the rolling move is not an invincible move. Let's go to the last stage and let's play like Mr. X. And Mr. X is a character, it's really cool to play with him in Street of Rage Remake, but with this game it's just a freaking nightmare, because we can't jump, we don't have a combo or whatsoever, we just can shoot your enemies and we can bash him. And the most effective way is just use your machine gun all the freaking way. So the only thing what you're going to do with this character is just shoot everything. So next up we also have the option survival in this hack game. So that's what we're going to try out. I think it's a big bummer that they didn't include the original characters and they just left these other characters for different hacks. Okay, so let's try Bloon and let's see how this version plays. So with this character you can hear that they just use the sound effects from Blaze. And it's, must say, the animations are done very well, but I think it's a little bit of a bummer that they just not included completely new sound effects. So yeah, this is what you're going to get with this character. Alright, so let's try the first Shiva in the first row. And you will see that this character has some different moves. And also it will use the same sound effects like Axel. The hack itself is a great idea and I really love for what it is, but it is not perfect and it is flawed in many ways. For example, my game crashed all the freaking time and I still suffer some problems. I don't know what it is, if it is a certain level or certain character where we're playing with. Nevertheless, this game goes on for some time and it didn't crash with Shiva. So it's for me a big riddle. I don't know what's going on, but let's go to the final conclusion. Okay, so I wanted to tell you about the story of the Street of Rage Hack Edition. So I ordered this cartridge, but it was not the only version I bought. No, I had multiple versions. So to begin with, the first edition I got, yeah, they messed it up with the file or the ROM that was on this thing, because it was the original game, not the hack. So finally I got the second one, and the second one, as you can see, by the way, has this cheap knockoff shell. This is especially what I mean. And it started glitching like crazy. Characters were not glitching, and at the end it was just basically freezing up. Yeah, and again, I got the freaking cheap shell. And this is why I really hate the shell, because you can rip it. And oh my god, but look at this. This is just what I mean with the cheap stuff. That this is just horrible. So in the end, when I finally got this version, and you can see it in the video, let's freaking keep freezing when playing the game. It didn't glitch out like the previous version, but this time, yeah. Nevertheless, I made the review. I just wanted to show you this, but I basically bought 3 of those freaking things. And do you know what I think with this? I think there is only one thing to do with it. But consider subscribing, hit the little bell, become the Wicked family, and we'll see you in the next video. I'm done with this shit. Seriously. Ugh.